Hey guys, welcome back to Moments to Myself, the series where we read a passage of each chapter. Last week we talked about following your own path, and this week we're going to dive into chapter 3 in June. Tuning yourself to match the frequency of your highest self to receive messages is the same thing as tuning the radio to your favorite station to hear music or news being broadcasted. When the radio is not in tune, we hear that annoying, loud, staticky shh sound, right? Or we hear another station that we don't even want playing in the far background. We keep turning the dial until we finally get our radio to reach the station that we want to hear. Just as we have to tune our radio to our favorite station, we have to tune ourselves to receive the words of God. If not, we hear white noise, the loud and misguided opinions of society, and we find ourselves getting caught up in trying to absorb ideas that don't match our frequency. All right, let's dive in. So it's important to be able to tune into your inner self so that you can function at your highest abilities, right? When we're tuned in, we have more clarity on where we need to go, on the steps that we need to take. We are more guided and more confident in where we're going. Even if we don't have all the answers as to where our path is taking us, we at least can feel grounded in our faith and confident that we're making the right steps in the right direction. More so, when we're in tune, we can go with the flow of life. And that's not to say that when we're in a tough situation, we're complacent and we're just like, okay, well, I'm just chilling. This is what it is. I'm not going to do anything about it. No, it's more about just riding the wave of life rather than fighting against it. Okay. And so there are so many ways that we can get more in tune with ourselves and more connected with our spirits. And some of those ways include meditation, writing, like journaling every day, fasting, immersing ourselves in nature, praying. There's so many ways that you can tune into your highest self. And to expound a little bit further on those, when we are meditating, we are allowing ourselves to fully surrender to the present moment and connect with our spirit. And in this state, we can receive messages, gain clarity, even just get peace of mind. There's so many reasons as to why people meditate, but ultimately it allows you to connect deeper with yourself. Another way is writing or journaling every day. And I do this by nature because I have so many thoughts in my head, and if I don't write them down, I don't know how I would function. So I personally think that writing is such a great way to connect within yourself because essentially you're just writing your raw thoughts down without having to overthink it. And unlike when we're talking to another person, we don't really have to filter ourselves. We can just say whatever we want, however we want it, however many times that we want to say it, because we're talking to ourselves and we're allowing ourselves to spell out how we feel or what we purely think. And it allows you to, look back and see a visual of where you were that day. And over a period of time, you're able to see how much you've grown in, the things that you were thinking about, the things that you were stressing over, the things that you were wanting, praying over, fasting over, or the things that you were really excited about. So with fasting, this is such a great way to connect with yourself because you are essentially removing your focus from your flesh and onto your spirit. Just be mindful that you have an intention and a purpose for going into the fast. If you are ever needing clarity on your journey of like, what do I do, left or right, yes or no, here or there, I recommend fasting because you will absolutely receive the clarity that you are seeking. And last but not least, immersing ourselves in nature allows us to connect deeper within ourselves because nature has this presence of a powerful purity. And I think that when we are in tune with that, or when we surround ourselves with that force, then we are also reminded of who we are. And it allows us to connect with our inner nature. So we can almost see ourselves and we are reminded that we too can just be. And we can recognize that as long as we have our basic necessities, the growth is inevitable. So I hope that some of these words have inspired you or at least reminded you to do one thing, at least one thing, to connect deeper within yourself. All right, until next time, bye guys.